But the Dodgers, the champs, were back at work, and they get a great turnout because virtually all of their big names end up showing up, and they packed Dodger Stadium for it. It was very, very good. And yes, that included that dude, Shohei Ohtani, who's working on getting his earpiece in his ear so he could do a couple of TV interviews. I mean, the crowd just went nuts for him, and you can understand why. We probably got the line of the offseason as well, because our good buddy Tyler Glasnow was talking about being teammates with Shohei.
I think when you spend so much time with someone, they just become so normal. And he's like such a normal, like not cocky, very like humble person, which is incredible. I think a lot of people in that situation would probably turn into a dick, and he is not. He's a good guy.
Now, that was on Spectrum Sportsnet. So that was on cable television in the Los Angeles area live. And I texted him yesterday. I said, please don't change who you are. He's like, what? He goes, oh, the TV thing. I said, dude, your delivery was A+.
Is that even a bad word anymore? I don't know. It's borderline.
If people are really worried about their kids hearing stuff on TV, I said, do me a favor, go check their phones. Get back to me.
Bro. Yeah, or like their playground, like when they're just with the guys or their friends. Who knows?
Does Teddy have a phone yet?
No, heck no. But he has an iPad. It's like basically the same thing.
Can be.
I have like nerfed his iPad big time. I don't know if you know what that means. That's a young person term.
Nerfed?
Yeah, it means like he can't do anything like bad on it. I've like
you got the limitations.
Yeah,
You
have to, Chris.
Phone is the tricky one. Is Teddy 10 or 11?
He's 10.
Yeah, he's getting in that area.
No, I already told him. I said, listen, man, when you're in high school, I'll get you a phone. Like at the earliest. So he knows.
All right. That's tough with
the
LA pressure.
All my friends have. I'm like, did you hear what I said?
That's tough with the LA pressure. I can tell you that. Let's get back to the topic at hand, which is Shohei Ohtani. I was thinking this when I watched him in that shot of the massive crowd appeal. Is he the most important player in North American team sports?
Like to his team?
Yeah. How about in a league? Is he the most important player to any league in North American team sports?
I think to the league, yes. I think that's where I like without a doubt say that. He's just done so much for baseball. Obviously, you bring the Japanese market in, but I think he brings when we talk about this all the time, you have your NFL guys. He brings people in from other sports like, oh, I want to watch him. Like he's that type of player. And it's hard to do that. It's hard to get people to leave their sport and say, wow, I'm going to go look at this guy on that particular team on a different sport. I'm trying to think of like other good examples. Like, there's like the LeBrons and the Kobe's and guys like that where I feel like, hey, he did something so crazy, I got to go watch it. Shohei's put on performances like that. The NFL, like who is it? Like Patrick Mahomes made this crazy throw, or I mean, stuff like that. There's a few guys per league, but I think Shohei tops them all because of what he brings internationally as well. He's a different cat, man. We're lucky to have him in our sport. There's no doubt about it.
I don't think it's actually a question. We have Super Bowl 60 this weekend. If you were to write down where Drake May and Sam Darnold rank in terms of popularity pecking order in the NFL, it's not very high.
Well, Drake May's like, he's up for the MVP right now. He's been getting some press.
I know, but off the top of your head, you could name 10 quarterbacks that are more popular than him.
Yes.
And of those quarterbacks, if you mention Mahomes or
maybe not 10, Chris. I think he's up there.
I don't know. Yeah,
maybe
he's top
MVP
10.
finalist in the Super Bowl. He's got to be up there.
I think my point is this: is that nobody is turning on their TV and saying, "I got to watch Drake May."
Yes, agree.
And that's not a shot at Drake May. I think it shows you the popularity of the sport. Now, you could sit here and talk about why it's so popular, and we could have that discussion for hours and hours on end. But in terms of what Shohei means to the sport of baseball, you mentioned internationally what it means. And for those of us, you just went over to Japan. you got to see it firsthand. Like, you can't walk 3 feet there without Shohei being shoved in your grill, right?
Think of the biggest celebrity in the States, whether it's a Kardashian, whether it's a movie star, like I don't even know who a famous movie star, George Clooney, a Brad Pitt, I don't know.
Well, they're not anymore.
I think they still
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. Trumps him by far. Like, as far as like billboards everywhere, his face is everywhere. Like, you don't, there's no single person in America right now that gets that.
And based on what he does for a living, when he pitches in the playoffs, and that you get to see him more than 4 or 5 times at the dish, and then you get to see what he does on the mound, that is appointment viewing. It really is. Now, with the NBA, Wemby is getting there. I mean, he's a 7'4" freak that can shoot and take 3 dribbles from half court and dunk. Like, he is, I think he's getting there. He's another international sensation that feels one of a kind. Too early on Cooper Flagg. I don't know if he's a terrific talent at 19 years old that just scored almost 50 points in a game, but I don't know if he's going to be a channel changer like some of these guys. Connor McDavid, amazing in hockey. He's not making people run to the TV set.
So I think you bring up a good point there. It's even more impressive that we're getting this from Shohei, because in these other sports we're mentioning the guys you run to your TV for, they have the ability to take over a game. Mm-hmm. Because that's just the sport. Like, a basketball player has a ball in his hands, he has the ability to just take over a game. A quarterback has that ability to just take over a game. It's not that way in baseball, So I think it's even more impressive that we have a guy like that. Like it's must-watch TV when he's playing, when he's at the bat.
Yeah, and I think that's why he's most important to this league. He's
so important. It's incredible. Like, he'd be the reason why we don't miss games next year. Him alone.
I never thought of that, but I think you might be onto something.
If we didn't have Shohei, I would say it's almost a guarantee that we'd miss games next year.
I mean, we're living. It's why we tell you all the time to not take this for granted. We're living on borrowed time with this. This is not the start of something new where we're going to get an Ohtani every generation. We're just not. So if we miss games next year because of this and don't get a chance to watch his greatness still, as I worry every time he takes the mound. Like, how much longer can he really do that and be the sort of hitter he wants to be? I don't know. That's power, by the way.
We're smack dab in the middle of this guy's prime right now. So, yes, go watch him play.
Mm-hmm. What we will not watch is him throw a pitch in the WBC for Team Japan, which means we will not get the moment that we did, a few years ago with Mike Trout as his teammate and striking Trout out to end the World Baseball Classic, which I rewatched. I rewatched the whole at bat over the weekend, and just how awesome it was. And they really Fox did a great job of grabbing the importance of the moment and letting it play out. And you see how excited Shohei is. Man, how bummed are you he's not going to throw a pitch?
Pretty bummed because, you just mentioned one of the greatest moments in baseball history right there. Mm-hmm. It truly was. Like, when we go back in time, we're going to be like, that is an epic moment. So, yeah, just because I want to see him compete as much as possible. You mentioned, getting his face on the TV more than 4 times a game. That's, really important. Is that for sure? Sure.
Well, that's what it – so – Ohtani originally said this weekend at Dodgers Fan Fest that he hadn't made up his mind. And then Dave Roberts came out and said, within the hour, yeah, he's not pitching, but it's his call, not ours. So there's, I don't know.
Maybe one day we see him try out of the bullpen for an important out.
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to. And I'll be bummed. I love watching him pitch. And it's so cool when he does throw on the Team Japan jersey. That is. I love this tournament.
I know we're about to talk about it, but it's such a special event. It's co-owned by the players and Major League Baseball.
So something they can agree on.
You got to be making a ton of money. Like this, I don't know where is it being broadcast? I know a lot of it's on MLB Network, but are we not? Is this thing not like a nationally televised? Like
it is.
Okay, it is. Is it
Yeah.
Fox?
I believe Fox still has the rights in the States, and I think Netflix has the Japanese rights, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting.
I think that's new.
It's got to make a ton of money. I don't know. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. All right, so let us know, is Shohei the most games will air across Fox, FS1, FS2, Tubi, and Fox Deportes? Yeah, I also do think that Netflix has a piece with Japan, but I could be wrong on that. Maybe, Dan, you can look that up. Thank you. So let us know. Ohtani, is he the most important player to a league here in North American team sports? How bummed are you? He's not going to throw a pitch. World Baseball Classic. Netflix, the exclusive broadcaster for all 47 games of the World Baseball Classic.
Huh.
So that's all right. We're doing this on the fly. We'll look it up. We'll get back to you momentarily.
I have the analogy for Shohei.
What do you got?
It's Tiger Woods.
He definitely can be Tiger Woods. He's Tiger Woods on days that he pitches. Meaning,
but that type of Tiger brought so many eyeballs to the sport.
Oh,
I think it's Tiger might have him surpassed. He might have him surpassed because that was like a global thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's close. Like that to me is like the best kind of comparison.
So I covered when I came out to Fox at the end of 1999. A few months in, they asked me, they said, how much do you know about golf? And I said, a lot. I used to watch it, every Sunday. I'd have the NFL on one TV and I'd have golf on the other with my dad. And so I ended up being able to follow Tiger around. So I followed him to the Players Championship in 2000, to Augusta National, to the U.S. Open at Pebble Beach, to St. Andrews. I mean, I covered him on the Tiger Slam and had a chance to do one-on-one interviews with him afterward. Dude, he was bringing people to their knees. When he won the U.S. Open in 2000 by 15 strokes, that's like winning a baseball game by 40 runs. It's just unheard of what was happening. You had guys walking off of the 18th green, looking up at the leaderboard, like doing double takes, saying, that can't be right. The score that Tiger is posting right now cannot be right. And it was amazing. It really was cool stuff. I loved it. Loved every second of it. Dan did find this, that World Baseball Classics in the United States, you can watch it on all the Fox properties. And Japanese language games in Japan will be available on Netflix.
Cool.
Excellent. Good job, Dan. Good job. So question for you. You want to eat better? All right. So now we get to a really weird part of the program. And it continues on with the World Baseball Classic. Team Puerto Rico has considered dropping out of the tournament because so many of their big names, like 8 of their top 10 players, includes Francisco Lindor, it includes Carlos Correa, they have been denied proper insurance to cover the major league teams in case of injury. Jose Altuve of Venezuela, he was denied insurance coverage. So too was his fellow countryman, Miguel Rojas, but that's because of his age. At age 37, there's a new rule this year. When you hit that number, you can't be covered for the World Baseball Classic. Now, once again, at Dodgers Fan Fest, Miggy Rowe said, hey, what's going on here?
And my only question is why it's just with our country like Venezuela, Puerto Rico. We're seeing a couple Dominican players. I don't see that happening with the United States, and we're happening with Japan. And I'm not trying to attack anybody or attack what's going on or seeing what's happening behind the scenes. But at the end of the day, it feels like it's just happening with the players that want to represent their country from Latin America. So a lot of things that I would like to talk about with someone in control and with someone from MLB. But it's really hard to not have the opportunity to put my country on my chest and having the opportunity to represent them and helping win a World Baseball Classic. and not having the opportunity to do it because I'm 37 years old, that's not right. I don't feel it's right because if I can still play in the big leagues for the Dodgers, why not going to play for my team in Venezuela and represent my country?
All right, so there's a lot to unpack, and I thought he did a beautiful job explaining it. They did put an age limit on this for insurance, and for those of us that have dealt with insurance, it can be a real finicky business and very odd, and it feels like they move the goalposts an awful lot. But if they say at age 37, we're not going to insure you, which sounds ridiculous because not all 37s are built alike. I don't know why that would happen. But does the rest of it concern you?
All of it concerns you. Like earmuffs, people. Fuck insurance companies. I hate insurance companies.
Well, we can
they are
that
the
sponsor
worst.
On.
They're the worst. What are we doing right now? You can just put an arbitrary number and say you can't play after 37 without being able to even test. Where's the test? Give me a physical test. What are we talking about right here? And like, I think Miguel did it. I can play in the big leagues. I can play 162 games, but you won't let me play in 5 games. I'm going to be in spring training playing in baseball games, but I can't play in these games. Make it make sense. I can play it in the Caribbean World Series. I can play all sorts of winter ball, but I can't play in the WBC. Why? It doesn't make sense to me. Don't make me get in on insurance companies with what the hell is going on with stuff in California and fire insurance and every kind of other insurance that are homeowner, like they're just taking it away from everybody.
Yeah.
After we pay into it for years and years and years and years and never use it, and then when you need it, they're going to take it away. I am so out on insurance companies. And this happened 3 days before where we get the rosters set. Like, what is happening right now? You've got me so fired up, and I didn't think I was going to get fired up today. But this is something I'm like passionate about. I can't stand it. I can't stand insurance companies. So part of me still feels like, isn't Major League Baseball just going to step in and figure this out? Like,
well, okay, so that is kind of the update, that it sounds like Major League Baseball is lending a huge helping hand, and they should, because this is one of their crown jewels. Every 3 years, you want to do this and make it right. And it's not, I don't think it's showing, well, there's cracks in the foundation of the World Baseball Classic. I just think this was handled extremely poorly. You could take Francisco Lindor as a good example, right? He had a procedure on his elbow. So he knew when he had that he probably wasn't going to be eligible for this. But the news just coming out within the last week, that feels a little odd. And a place like Puerto Rico, they don't have the draw of.
今回も動画をご視聴いただき誠にありがとうございました。今回の内容はいかがでしたでしょうか。もしよろしければチャンネル登録と高評価をしていただけると今後の動画制作の励みになります。それではまた次回の動画でお会いしましょう。